at it because a lot of the people on there aren't that bright. But I do like it because someone...
Maybe it is for me. Hold on a second.
Someone found a photo...
Right. Get out of here.
Someone found a photo from the late 1890s of a man with a bicycle, and it looks exactly like me. And I'm starting to think maybe I will get to travel through time eventually.
You might. You're
already
traveling through time.
Yeah.
If I haven't been to the
slowly
1890s
into
yet.
The future.
No, I want to go to the past, bro.
Like
Nostradamus.
Yeah.
Like he predicted the future or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy who predicts the past.
Ooh.
The first guy who predicts the past.
Wait, is that
That's great.
Like 1930s, there's going to be a pretty vicious German ruler.
Okay.
And he's going to get into some crazy things and start really grouping people together.
You might be onto something.
And then he's going to try and take over Europe. And his name's going to be like Hitler.
Or
Hisler, maybe. Something very similar to that. Anyway,
I bet he has the same birthday as Duncan.
That is funny if you find out Nostradamus is just like a shitty fucking time traveler who wasn't very good at history.
He couldn't remember.
He barely remembered anything. He's like, there's like, I don't know, a dude named Hisser or something. Histler. I don't know. He's some fucking asshole.
He traveled through time, but the only way you can successfally do it is to constantly be smoking opium.
Yeah.
And then
I think there's gonna be like a war in a place called like I don't know, desert area.
Starts with an I. I know that much.
That'd be so great.
Yeah, that would be the best. Well, I think that we are kind of seeing some shit go down right now that is implying that the way we understand time is not.
Do you believe in the parallel universes and things like that?
Well, I believe in like.
Just by the way, stick your hand and say hi to Mitzi. She's right in there.
Hello.
So.
I don't know. I don't know.
You just start fingering her.
Tell Duncan to give Amy Ashton
Why is
a
that
spot.
the first thing you think I'd do if I saw Mitzi's ghost, Eleanor? That's so fucked up.
This is the Comedy Store. You finger bang the ghost. It's what they need.
It's just so
Duncan.
weird. Your version of reality is like crazy.
She's.
Do you see the
Why
ghost?
are you so-
Literally, I never in my life have I thought about fingering a ghost. Ever.
I'm just saying, like, if you were trying to feel it and all of a sudden you were just by accident.
Even weirder.
Okay, maybe I'm lonely, Duncan.
Why am I
Jesus.
feeling a ghost? Why am I like reaching
Wouldn't
like
you
this?
wanna-
Why wouldn't you?
Holy shit, a ghost. Proof that there's life after death. Let me reach exactly where its crotch
Duncan,
is.
listen,
See if she's
man.
moist. Maybe this podcast is all about moist.
Are you saying that she's a vape ghost? I think, in this crazy society we're living in right now, the only way you can finger bang someone without permission is if they're a ghost.
Ooh.
Why is there not consent with a ghost?
Trust me,
Fucking
there's
weirdo,
never
you
consent.
ghost creep. You're like the worst ghost hunter.
raper.
You're like a horrible ghost hunter. Like it's
I
not
feel
a
something in this room. I'm feeling it right. Did you hear that?
creepy
I feel it.
ghost
And it's
hunter.
just
I saw a little white light go over there. Hold on. Hold
Holy
on.
shit, man. Like ghosts, that's how they get ghosts out of a house is bring you in. Because they're like, oh no, you got to go, man. That's not the ghost hunter you want.
Rick and I have perverted heads, I guess.
You guys are
I don't
horny.
know.
You're
Maybe
horny.
we are. Maybe.
Look,
Well,
It's okay. You can be
You're
horny.
married. Shouldn't you be horny?
What do you mean? What's that?
Oh.
Horny?
Yeah.
No, my wife and I have a great sex life, pretty
Oh, good.
much. I mean,
good,
you
good.
know,
But you
it's
have a
fucked up.
baby, so it's
What?
hard.
It's still fucked up.
baby's not
Yeah.
involved.
But it's still not. From what I've heard, you hear people have a baby and they're like, we haven't had sex in 8 months.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
Not
Sad.
you.
We hump a lot. Yeah. We
in
like,
front of the baby.
You got that giant
What
fucking
the fuck,
hog.
Eleanor?
What is
What
it?
has happened to you? Honestly, are you the last time I never have seen you be like so sexual. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? Are you eating some new herbal supplement? It's like me fingering Mitzi's ghost fucking in front of my baby. You're a kinky.
She's been drinking Extends for the last week. Nothing but.
You fucking in front of your baby. Does Mitzi's ghost come? Does she watch as you fuck in front of your baby? Does she hold the baby? Do you reach over and finger
Duncan, I'm
Mitzi's
sorry.
ghost asshole while she watches you and your wife fuck in front of your baby that she's holding?
This is one of the best impressions I've
So
ever heard.
sorry. That's a great.
She's
that's
back
a
to smoking a pack a day.
By the way, that was spot on, Duncan. Spot on impression.
Oh,
That's
no, I do.
At first, I was
terrible
like, "Is that
impressions. Not like
PJ
you at all.
Stansberry?" No, that's Eleanor.
That's just a.
Yeah.
I have like 3 shades of impression, and that's one of them.
Man.
Man, I tell you.
Rex, sit down, Rex. Sit the fuck
Is his
down.
name Rex or Rox?
I remember Barry Bumbo's bit about that.
Do you know Frankie Pace?
Now you're going to put me in the spot. Here's me.
Don't point at me, Holtzman. Don't fucking point at me.
By the way, they're filming it so they can see it.
My ass cracks hanging out the whole fucking time. You're supposed to
That's
tell
gonna get us
somebody.
more viewers.
No, you're not airing that.
What am I supposed?
I'm going to turn that around.
What are you gonna turn it to? Let's just put it on Jay only. Wouldn't that be amazing? Just leave it on Jay.
Jay's a
You're supposed
veteran.
to tell somebody when
Jay's
the
a
camera's-
veteran too. United States Air Force.
Not going to happen.
He
You're
served all
United
four.
States Air Force.
He was in Bangkok.
Don't. What are you doing? You're gonna get us in trouble.
You're supposed to tell people, the guests, before that's why they dress better.
Well, but you look fine.
My ass is hanging out.
I never seen
Nobody
you
can
so-
see your ass. You're
now
sitting
they can't
down.
because I turned the fucking camera.
I've never
On
seen
Jay
you
only.
so dressed up.
It's fine. That's what.
Well, if I
That's
told you
where
there
the
was a
money is.
camera, would you have brought a suit?
I would have worn an outside shirt over the shirt. I would have.
You look fine.
I know I look fine. Now the camera's over there. So now I look great.
You're.
That's not going to upset you, is it?
Oh no, I'm just making sure. Whatever. This is a new thing they do. I didn't know. Going live. They're trying to up the studio,
You know,
fix the
they
studio.
should tell us that at time. Or somebody should tell us.
I apologize. That's my fault
don't
because
apologize.
we've been putting it on
I'm
YouTube,
fine.
trying to build our YouTube channel.
That is not going on YouTube.
It's on YouTube already, I think.
What do you have to be on YouTube?
Oh, it's
already?
direct
It's
delivery.
live.
It's,
I'm scared for you. What do you have written down to
I have
promote?
some information I want to pass on to our listeners. You can find me on Twitter at Holtzman Brian. Brian Holtzman was taken. So
Really?
it's at Holtzman Brian. And Brian is Brian.
The masculine way.
Yeah.
Rex.
Not
down.
brain.
Down, Rex.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Facebook
Thank you.
is Brian Holtzman. That's Brian HOLTZMAN. I have a website. It's
Oh, you have a website. Good.
BrianHoltzman.com.
Revenge?
When
No wonder.
you know what it should be when you go to his website, you hear snoring. Like that would be amazing.
Follow me on Instagram if you want. I have an Instagram account, and that is Brian Holtzman, BrianHoltzMan.
I think they got that part.
Yeah, that's easy to spell.
And
Your Instagrams are terrific. I'm very proud of you for doing it every day.
.com.com.
on the Instagram.
I'm going to burn that fucking card. Are we done?
That's why I'm about to. Tomorrow I go on sale. Mr. and Mrs. America tour. Me and Roseanne Barr.
I saw that on
And-
social media.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna do a couple shows and then put the rest of the tour on sale. And special guest Eleanor Kerrigan.
Yep.
Who's
Very
just
exciting.
probably the best opener I've had since Jim Norton.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I've had a lot of
Thank you.
openers, and she doesn't just do well; she destroys
Yeah.
audiences. I mean, there's even a point where I say to her, "Kidding around." I go, "How am I going to follow that?" And then I go,
Do you like the
"Oh,
kidding around?
Oh, you're dice."
It's fun to hear the
Yeah.
parentheses out
that's
loud.
right.
No,
Dice.
but that's how badly she kills these crowds.
No,
I
she-
don't look at Eleanor like a girl comic, like a guy. I just look at her as this unbelievable comedian today.
Yeah, I agree.
And I watched her from, her first show with me. What were you doing comedy? How many months?
3 months.
3 months, and I put her on at Westbury. Just like a science test. I
Yeah.
wanted to see what would happen.
We failed.
And no, she didn't fail. What would have failed is if she never got on stage again.
Oh, I
Right.
See, the fact that they were booing her off, and it wasn't even that they were booing her. They just
They
didn't.
just wanted him.
They just wanted me.
Yeah.
And she was
yeah,
new and didn't know how to get right in it.
I remember
but-
those crowds from going out and being like,
That's right.
This is
You
super
opened
awesome.
That's right. I forget sometimes
Yeah.
you worked with.
He did Jersey.
Yeah.
too,
I
and
did
New York.
Jersey.
You two are going to go on. Roseanne Barr and you. Two
Yeah.
most
Well, this is my
controversial.
thing. Okay. So she lost that show over something she said.
Right.
That's the new
A
thing.
joke she made, yeah.
A joke she made on what? What was she on? Was it
believe
Ambien?
it. Oh, Ambien, yes.
Okay. Do I even look who I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Do I have to say what Ambien did to me?
No.
Oh my
Can you
God.
tell the listening public your experience with me and Ambien at an airport, perhaps?
Yeah.
Or playing what I thought was a bass guitar at the Four Seasons.
He spent a early morning as we were trying to leave a hotel in Miami.
I want you to tell the story, but let me set it up.
Yeah.
The reason I was still stoned on Ambien is because I only was asleep for about 2 hours before I got woken up
Right.
to take a flight.
Right.
You take it from there.
I came downstairs in the hotel, and Dice was sitting at a harp in the lobby, a full
Yeah, because
size
you're half
harp.
awake and you're half asleep.
And he was plucking it like he was like a jazz blues bassist. And I believe he was Marvin.
No.
Oh, no.
Marvin
By the
was
time
there?
we got, but
I don't like Marvin.
Marvin might have been playing the bass,
Yeah.
but by the time we got
To the airport, you were a military man.
I was a colonel.
Colonel, that's right.
Yes. I was making people salute me.
Yeah, and the TSA seemed a little confused by it, but
Yeah,
I just
salute
remember
me, soldier.
a younger black guy kind of looking around and then just slowly saluting you like he didn't know how to handle it other than like, all right.
Well, that's what Ambien does to people. So, and trust me, the people that fired Roseanne, whatever, probably take Ambien.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
for
chance.
sure.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
stopped taking Ambien when my son Dillon got a little afraid that I kept doing the bridge over River Choir, dun, 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 like a soldier. And then when he'd look at me, I'd freeze.
Right.
So the next day, Max told me, Dillon, you remember
I
this,
was
Eleanor?
there. He
We
was
were in
terrified.
Jersey. So Max goes, Dillon got a little, afraid last night when you were doing that march, So I said, watch this. I took the Ambien. I poured it into the toilet. I haven't had it since.
Yeah.
I
It
take
is-
something else now, but it takes like 9 hours to go to sleep, so I might as well never sleep.
Right.
So, but I never took it again.
I remember thinking that you were fucking with me. When I
I
first started
wasn't.
talking to you, you would call me at like 3:30 in the morning.
I don't ever
and I'd answer. I'd be like, "Oh, it's Dice," and I'd, "Hello," and you'd be like, "What are you doing, motherfucker?"
Oh, that's Marvin.
Yeah, and I'd be like,
I don't like him.
Eleanor
at
didn't
home?
like Marvin because he'd always come on to her.
because she's racist is
Yeah.
really what it is.
Absolutely.
And I was just like, I don't know. And then my roommate was like, "Did you get a booty call last night?" And I'd go, "No." Marvin called me from Dice's phone, and he'd be like, "What?" I mean, like, he assured me he was a black guy and he controls the rain with his big black dick.
Oh, that's right. When my
Be
cock
quite nice.
Yeah,
had to put out the fires.
yeah.
Yes, it's very
You know.
important. So
Yeah.
you guys met on a
That's
dating app.
rude. He looks like a nice guy. It's a rude thing to say.
What is
He's
what am
hot.
I supposed to say?
He looks bad. He looks like
Let
a
me see
bad
his
boy.
dick. I'll
You're
tell
supposed
you.
to be
No, I'm
like,
kidding.
He has a
Ew,
great.
he was hot. He's cute.
I
That's
saw
so
it for the first time
fun.
last night. It was pretty great. I shouldn't have said that.
Wait, you
Oh,
didn't
we can
do
beep it
sex
out.
stuff before?
Uh-uh.
No, she's a good person from
I wait until I'm
Wisconsin.
in a committed relationship.
You think she's from Philly?
That is like,
Philadelphia
honestly,
like
I've read
us?
books that are like, you should wait. And I'm like, that sounds impossible. I'm like, I've got to suck their dick.
Honey.
I've got to suck their dick before I.
God.
Well, the homeboy that I was hooking up with before, he was like, we had fucked once, and then he was like, I want you to meet my friends, and I was like,
No.
can we fuck more before I meet your friends? Like, I need to. That's how I get to know. But
Dude, even my mom,
Getting
I
to
posted in my
know
story this like
you.
awful bruise I have from getting blood drawn, and my
Oh,
mom
I
was
thought you were
like,
saying from
I
having
know,
sex.
that's
my
what I
mom
was
was like,
thinking.
why did you?
Does this guy have any friends?
My mom was like, why were you getting blood drawn? And I was like, well, I have a new boyfriend, and so I got tested for STDs. I like to do
Why
that
you're being
between
so
relationships. And
Yeah,
my
never.
mom was like, really? Even my mom was like, really? That seems like a little much.
did you get your HPV shots too?
Yeah.
Oh my god. that's
No,
so
all right.
I got one and then never went back.
By the way,
I
that
got
didn't
all
come
of
out
them many years ago.
when I was a kid, so that didn't work for me.
So
I
you
didn't
have
get
it,
that.
yeah.
I definitely have.
Yeah, I'm sure
well,
you have
speaking
it.
of coming
Probably
out,
like
they'll
10
scrape it
strands.
out of your cervix soon. Don't worry.
You mean when I'm getting a hysterectomy?
They're
Here you
taking-
go,
they're
honey.
taking
It's
it all
all-
Have they not taken your cervix yet?
I don't see why not. Probably
I mean,
a
you
week
don't
or
need
so.
it.
Yeah, what am I going to use it for?
Nothing.
These eggs are dead.
Yeah.
Your
But
eggs
they-
are not dead. That's the sad part. You're gonna get
That's
knocked
scary.
out.
What if I got knocked up?
You are gonna get knocked. You still.
I would
Listen,
never
At
stop laughing
48,
if you got
if
pregnant.
I got pregnant,
You could.
I would want everyone to laugh.
Those
And then
eyes
I
would
Can
be
your
so
baby
far
ever
sad.
have like 27 chromosomes? Because I feel like that's how many it would
Your
have.
baby
by
would
now.
be so.
But
cute.
I
We
would
would
have
have
it-
so many chromosomes.
I would have the delivery filmed just to see if something really came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always want to say, I want to
They'd be like, it was gas. You had gas for 9 months.
I want to I want to get my eggs frozen, and then I want to be like the oldest. Like I want to die of natural causes during childbirth, like of like, old age. Let that baby be fucking cool. It'd have to fend for itself.
Yeah, we got to get you
But
a real manager.
You're really just an enigma, though, to me. I watch you and I go, why the fuck? But here's the and you're going to probably disagree with me, and I'm probably wrong.
Okay.
Can I throw something out there?
Please.
I was watching the other night,
Oh,
and the
boy.
audience was a little tight.
Yeah.
It had gone up.
Wait, was this last night?
No.
Sunday.
Okay.
couple
No,
weeks
just
ago.
because that was a tight crowd.
No,
I thought
I've
they
seen
were-
him do this 10
I
times.
thought they were good last night, but
I've seen him do it 10 times.
Okay.
Where the audience was a little tight. Because I don't know why, but a lot of times we're back to back or we're,
yeah, Sundays especially.
Yeah, on Sundays especially, yeah. And I knew that it was going to be a little work for you.
Yeah.
But instead of trying, right?
That's his specialty.
Instead of trying, you went the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Of like, I want to dig a hole, and I don't care if I get myself out of the hole.
No.
Because I don't like this audience, and
you can't fake
Sometimes you have to embrace the hole.
no, sometimes. Here's my argument, though. Okay, and I could be wrong, but in my head, like because I've seen Francis Ford Coppola in the OR, I've seen Tarantino there like 5 times.
Yeah.
I've seen casting directors and managers sit in the back. Wouldn't it help you if you just said to yourself, I'm going to smile up front, I'm going to rearrange my act so that I can just get them to like me up front and get some really cool just love laughs, and then go into my point of view. But that's not what you do. You go, I'm going to say the most awful, you know what I mean?
out the gate.
Out of the gate. In terms of energy, too, in your mood, right? And so I'm just saying, you don't ever want to.
I can't be me and
You can't fake it.
sacrifice my perspective.
I'm not saying that.
I mean,
I'm not saying that.
My existence is based on not caring what the people in the audience think. Because I know they'll like me some, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna alter.
I'm not saying to alter or do impressions or anything. I'm saying in your arsenal of fucking material.
Sure.
All the things that you fucking wrote.
Jesus.
No, listen to me.
They're very angry.
All the fucking things you wrote. Okay. And you're like, okay, this is what I've been doing.
So glad he's mad at you now.
This is what I do right now. This is the order of jokes. This is what I'm doing now. Instead of doing that, go, you know what? This audience is fucking a lot of Midwestern, sensitive, you know what I mean, people. I'm going to take this joke, the series of jokes that I did 3 years ago that they don't know, right? Put that up front because it's a little lighter. It's still your point of view. It's still your voice. Get them to like me and then go into this shit.
No, I could never do that.
Okay, well, that's not right.
I could do that. I do that.
I do that too.
I'm an ass kisser.
Yeah, I couldn't
If
do
you
it.
will. Like, I'm not. I won't say I'm an ass kisser. I went on the other night and it was brutal. It was a Monday.
Yeah.
And it was one of those. We saw John Little not do well, and we just thought that's because his material, like he was fucking around. So we walked out and we just thought, all right, he don't do it enough. He fucked up, right? And he literally was talking about Notre Dame and like fucking kids. Like he went hard, and it was day of.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, he's not whatever. So then we go out, and it was O'Neill's turn. He comes out, he's sweating. Then I went in, and I was bombing hard.
Was there a crowd?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And they were from every other country. Like, not one American was in there. And I was like, this is a youth hostel. And I tried to switch it. I tried to go in the crowd. I tried every trick in my little bag. And I might have got 4 laughs.
Yeah.
I lost 10 pounds, though. I was sweating
That's not
really
bad.
bad.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
win-win.
sometimes the OR is a no.
But
win.
I've tried.
There's a no-win situation in the OR, and I know those nights.
Yeah. Oh, it was
That's
brutal.
not. That's not what I'm saying about him. This guy
You're
could have
saying-
done it.
He could have turned them.
He can turn them. Yeah.
But
And he won't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not. I'm not going to do that.
I
If-
try to
listen,
turn a room if
I
it's
watched
bad.
on Sunday. I watched like probably the last 7 or 8 minutes of your set. That's when I got here, and I went in, and they were legitimately groaning at parts of Bobby's jokes that, one, aren't offensive,
Yeah.
and two, are just like setups.
Are you sure they're not offensive?
No, they
I'm
weren't.
positive
Yeah,
they
yeah,
weren't
I remember
offensive.
that. Yeah.
And I remember looking over, and I think it was Kirk Fox or someone was like, they're tight. I go, yeah, all right.
That's pretty good.
Very good.
So, well, there's only one thing to do if it's that tight, and that's you got to spit on it and just push it in as hard as you can.
Try to get in there.
Yeah.
Try
That's
to-
what you're doing.
Yeah.
When I started work, I was doing these working with Melissa McQueen, and she's like, "You got to come to the
Love
store."
her.
Yeah,
That's my girl.
She's awesome, and she's like, "You got to start popping in and doing the shows." I started coming here in the beginning of 2016.
Yeah.
And then it's like then I just like this show that and that's how and then every town and then everywhere started getting like that, and that's everyone started being busy. So I don't know. Obviously, this is the hottest.
Yeah.
But I mean, am I wrong? Is that like when it started getting hot? Like
No, you're
2015?
absolutely right.
Yeah, it
But I
was
feel
right
like
around there.
everyone came. Like I'm fucking Mort Saul to an open micer. Everyone who's ever touched the mic, I see on the circuit now. Do you
Well,
agree?
I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
say this: they all want to come back because it's busy,
Yeah.
which is a little bit infuriating
No,
to me.
I agree with
because
you.
I'm like, bitch, you weren't here for 15 years.
One of the things
Now you're pissed that you're not getting spots
I'm friends
when you
with
got
a-
made a paid regular in '82.
Yeah,
Get the
I'm-
fuck away from me.
I'm friends with a bunch of
Sorry, I have
old
anger issues. Everyone knows it.
I'm friends with a bunch of old comics, like early 80s comics on Facebook, just because I love watching them bitch about how they're not
It's
welcome
ridiculous.
at the clubs.
They are welcome. They're always welcome. It's just the state.
They're just not going to get
Asses
spots.
have to be in the seats.
It's so great. They'll be like, oh, you went to the Comedy Store the other night? I didn't know we were still allowed there. I'm past the age limit to get spots.
That's
And
not
I'm
true.
looking at him
Argus
just
was
like,
just
so
killing
funny.
in the main
Yeah, he
room. You know
was.
why? Because he never fucking
never left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if he got other jobs, he still came here. When we were in our dead years, he was here every goddamn night.
Yes.
Because I didn't start doing stand up till 2007.
Yeah.
Right? What am I? No. My brain is
2000,
dead.
yeah.
When did I start doing stand? Yeah, Freddie, 2005. So 2007.
Rick, you know when she started. Jesus,
My
like-
brain.
He's like, you're
So this is 12 and a half
Rick,
years.
you remember.
I can't add.
This is
I was here. I
Rick's
had
a
nothing better
math
to do.
magician. Well, because I was just a waitress for a long time, so Rick and I worked together. He was a door guy. I hired
Yeah.
Rick-ish.
Yeah,
I made them hire you.
you did. I was really clever when I was an open micer, and I went by Dick Ingram, and I said, this is gonna sell. This is it. People are gonna buy this. It's on brand for me. And when I got a job here, she was like, "What's your name?" And I go, "Dick Ingram." She's like, "We're not calling you that. What's your real name?" I'm like, "Oh damn!
What?
Shut down
What
at the
a
job
cunt.
interview."
Just awful, evil,
We're not
angry old
calling you that?
waitress. Yeah. I think I'm not gonna say what I called him, but because he didn't like it. But
Big Dick Ingram.
Well,
Matt,
that's
you're
what I tried
big.
to go for.
Dickie.
Why?
I like Dickie.
Little
I like
Dickie.
to put a Y on it. No, I called him the Shermanator.
Oh, all right. I was like, "What did you call me?"
Shermanator.
From that stupid
American
movie.
Pie.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
I used to be a lot skinnier.
Oh, you
and
look
But
like
he
that
just looked
guy.
like this
Yeah.
little scared guy in the back.
Ah.
Meanwhile, he was the fucking funniest guy in the bunch. I didn't know. We didn't know that.
Yeah, I
Way to
wasn't-
network, Eleanor. Jesus.
Oh, I
Christ.
was a bitch. You can interview. You can ask any door guy.
Really?
Oh yeah, quite the twat.
And were you
Because I
she was very popular, though. Strangely,
popular twat?
Like everyone liked her, but it's just like, God, she is gonna fucking rip your head off for no reason.
And were you
Oh,
messing around with the talent?
never.
And did you dip into the gene pool?
I did. I slept with by
I
accident.
love that we say the word slept with. Go ahead.
Well,
2019.
You're right, 'cause there wasn't a lot of sleeping.
I know
huh?
what you're
Hey,
saying.
Oh,
oh.
hon, I heard you, hon. Get a water ice. Tell me all about
I
it.
put my chair outside the house. We'll sit out. We'll sit out on the step. And I forget, they were all coming at me.
Shirt tug.
They were all coming at me, and I said, I dated Ari. I mean, I never dated Ari, is
Yeah.
what I said. But I never dated
Oh,
Ari.
I didn't hear that second part. I've heard the first part.
Yep.
Oh, because you cut it
No,
and played
I know.
it on
I
a
mean,
loop.
we've been down this
Almost
road a
like
million times.
when I brought the 7-Up cake, one from the store and one that I baked.
Oh yeah, did you hear about? You know about her
No,
7-Up
I
cakes,
do
right?
know about the 7-Up cakes, yeah.
And she said that she could tell the difference between a homemade one that she made and one I bought at the store. So I buy one at the store. I don't tell her which is which. I let her try it, and she picks this one, and I turn it over, and on the back I wrote which was which, and it said store cake, and she thought that
But
was the
both
one she
plates
made.
said store cake.
That is not
'cause he's-
true. That is not true.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
not true. Those
So-
plates, by the way, ended up being destroyed in a fire.
So
And
let
we
me
don't
get
know
this
how it
straight.
happened.
Oddly.
You're telling me what you found out was that Eleanor is a fool.
You know what? Now I see why Dice beats you. You know what? Now I'm starting to see where this dummy comes
He's starting to get it. He's
All right,
starting
well-
to catch on.
Going back to the Ari Shafir
Yeah, I want to hear.
experiment, I was sitting in the front patio. This was still when Drunk Argus was around because
Okay.
I was enjoying a beer up front.
Is this post Ari racist, most amazing racist, or pre?
It was probably post Amazing Racist, but he wasn't successful yet.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay.
But he came off stage with his shirt off and came and sat next to me. I was sitting on like the wall over on the side of the front bar, and there was probably 4 or 5 black people sitting at the tables around the front bar that all noticed Ari was sitting there with his shirt off, and one of them kind of like gave the head nod to the other one, like, "Hey, you see what's going on over here?"
Yeah.
And they all got up and left, and I go, "Hey, Ari, I don't want to bring negativity to this, but all the black people are leaving because you have your shirt off." And he was like, "What? No way." I was like, "Yeah, they literally looked at you and then they all left." So about 20 seconds later, a group of black people come out of Fat Tuesday
Big
or
light
Tripping on
bulb
Tuesday.
goes off on Ari's head.
And they walk from the main room doors onto the front patio, look over, see Ari, and literally just turn around and walk back into the main room. And Ari was like, "Holy shit." And then we sat there for probably 20 minutes and watched at least 24 black people walk onto the front patio, notice Ari, turn around, and leave.
What?
I
that a
would.
thing?
And
I'm not black,
just
and I
thought,
would.
wow, I guess black people don't like seeing weird-looking white people with shirts off.
Bert Kreischer's audience completely white.
It makes sense.
Ari
now.
have hair on his shoulders? He's Jewish. They usually do.
No, he just had like the one patch
One
of hair on
patch?
his chest that
Okay.
looked like
He's
he
very-
was like 15.
He has very patchy ass hair, like on the cheeks.
Okay. You
Oh,
wanna
don't act like you
elaborate
haven't
on
seen it.
that?
I think Eleanor knows.
Come on, Eleanor.
If there was 100%
How do
Yeah.
you know
Eleanor-
he has patchy?
Eleanor
I'm trying
pegged
to think.
Yeah.
Ari at least a
Ari
dozen
has
times.
chased me with his balls out around this table, but
Around this
Up-
table
wait,
right
this
here.
one?
this
His
might
balls
be a
touch
new
any
one.
part of
But
this table.
remember when we had him on, he was like,
Oh.
"My ball," and
Yeah.
he took his whatever.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no,
I had someone send me a novel direct message about how they were in rehab with Artie Lang,
Okay.
and he promised to get them in at the cellar. And now, keep in mind, this guy tells me like 8 times that he's an open micer.
Okay.
At no point do I ever respond. But, I mean, we're talking probably 40
I've
or
been
50.
there. I've
yeah.
had those messages. Sometimes I respond just to like, not because I get off on like putting them in their place, but to be like, "Oh, do you really want me to watch the tape? Because I will, and I will be honest." And then I am.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
It's just if I have the time to waste.
Yeah, see, no one sends me
I
anything.
would never watch a tape.
But yeah,
Sometimes it's like I'm not even watching it to make fun of. I'm watching to be like, "Here's why this isn't funny. You just told a story
Whoa.
about walking out on prostitutes and not paying them. Is that funny? No, you didn't even make it
an
funny."
oldie but a goodie.
I'm just like,
Just on concept alone.
I'm just like, audience already hates you for not paying them for sex.
Yeah.
That's
Pay
their
for
job.
1, you're a fucking loser who's paying for sex, and 2, you're
it's
not paying. So
what are you freaking doing?
now you're creepy and a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You doubled down on your loser.
So he just basically said Artie would get him in, and he is complaining that he didn't.
He said that Artie told him when they were in rehab for several weeks together that he was going to get him in, and then, believe it or not, Artie kind of flaked on that promise,
no.
and he was shocked.
Believe it or
by this.
not,
Yeah.
Artie flaked on that.
I know it seems like
This
a
is the
hard.
guy who's like leaves dinner and is like, "I'll be right back." Never comes back.
Never comes back. Yeah. And so I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to even what to
But you
say to the
didn't
guy.
respond.
I didn't respond. Yeah, I'm just like, just kept reading it.
You
and
just should write back, "Hey, I forwarded all this to Artie. Hope things work out." You know what I mean? Like,
it's you're not gonna believe this. Artie was DMing me that he met this guy in rehab,
But
and
he couldn't get in touch with you.
He doesn't know how to, yeah, he doesn't know how
what
to
do you
get
have,
hold
a
of you.
block?
He said he just has John Doe written down on the showcase list at every comedy club in America. So just show up.
God, I mean, I'm sure some of these people will regret sending the tape if they continue with it years down.
Oh, tits. What are we talking about?
Yeah, dude. This
I know
sounds
you're a young
much better.
whippersnapper. I get
Well,
it.
actually,
This
it
sounds
was
like a fag's asshole, bro. Clear as can be.
1976.
Oh.
Betsy had just been. She just put some Neosporin under her eye there, but I was donkey punching the back of her head when Polly walked in. Turned around, I was mid-jizz, hit something in Polly's face. Now, coming up next is a young whippersnapper. He's 48 years old, Kyle Dunnigan.
I love that he calls him whippersnapper.
I always get.
At 48.
He gives his credit from 92 as well.
This is the best millennial we got. That's not even what generation I'm a part of.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
I don't
You're
think
the cusp
so.
83, right?
I was born in 81, though.
Oh, no, you're out.
So
look at
I
that.
didn't make it.
Bitch.
Damn it.
I thought you were
And
my
he
age.
just cut him out.
Yeah, you're done.
So
Yeah,
rude.
I'm the last year, and I like to
How do
pose
you
in
know
front of
you're the
walls.
last year?
Well,
Did
it's
you Google
They
it?
say 83.
I just heard it. I mean, I was shocked because
She
I
became
feel
an adult in the new millennia.
I
That's-
identify as an elder. You
Yeah.
know, I'm very
Okay,
wise,
as you
and I
should.
give great advice. And
Yeah.
I've
most,
had some of that.
yeah, most people come to me.
You're an
they look
elder
up to me.
statesman
I'm an
in
elder
comedy.
statesman in comedy.
I need Lederman, ladies and gentlemen. Let's
Yeah.
hear
Hello,
it.
everyone really cares for my.
And we also have Kyle Dunnigan.
Who?
That's actually
And
Argus
or Argus.
Hamilton.
Hey, Argus.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me here. It's great to hang out with you little kids. You know, funny story about the ghost of the Comedy Store. It's actually not a ghost as much as an echo from the left hook from the parking lot there in 1970.
It's fine.
Are we recording?
Oh, we're recording
Ah,
and there's
shit.
cameras. So this and
crap.
It's
And
fine.
Argus
Tease
doesn't
him.
know about the internet.
Oh, good.
Years ago, I interviewed him for this podcast, and he goes, "What channel is this on?"
Oh,
I
that's
go,
so
it's on
funny.
the internet. But
It's
is
on
it like
UPN.
like a station? Is it like a radio station? Yeah, it's on 107.3 the internet.
107.3.
I'll check it out.
Did you think he ever listened?
No,
No.
not a chance.
Because we don't. Do you do a podcast, Annie? You have
I'm
one now with
starting
ATC,
one.
right?
I'm starting one. Yeah, I've been starting it for a couple months
Welcome
now.
to the All Things Comedy.
You
Thank
were able to
you.
sign on before you even podcasted.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah,
I like.
yeah,
You're almost
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're in high demand. I
They
guess.
came to me. I talk a lot. Here's the thing. I have
Well, it's
a
the
damaged
elderly
voice.
advice.
Well, I give a lot of advice, and mostly it's about myself. But what are you gonna do? I'm just telling people if you want to look cool, dress like me. It's stuff like that. Bring a
Smart.
sword.
And people,
Smart.
oh, the sword. That's your new.
I went to buy a bed. Kyle came with me, and the guy recognized us, and he was like, "When you were on stage, you had a
Did he give
thing."
you a disc?
Yeah,
He actually
could mean
charged
anything.
extra. He said he charged
the
extra.
sword
'cause I had a
weirded me
sword.
out. An extra $400 because I
Like,
didn't
this
get
bitch
the
is
sword.
crazy. We can fucking get her to pay a lot of money for some.
Did you get a bed?
I got a
Those
bed.
guys
Proud of
they're
you.
one step up from the car salesman. Really
Oh, the beds.
shady feel.
Yeah.
From just
Oh yeah.
like you're getting.
Just
I brought-
almost creepier than the car salesman.
Well, because
too.
it's involving
They're
beds,
pushing beds,
and then
yeah.
they're like, "Listen, you might want to get a cover. You're gonna get your period on this, and also you
See,
might."
that's,
Yeah.
that's a good sell. Right
They
there.
didn't say that, but when I brought it up, everyone was upset. But I was also like, "That's what we're talking
They
about
stopped
here."
saying that to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
They're like,
Unfair.
"Your pussy might cough and leave some dust, so we don't want any
You
dried
ain't
eggs."
Dandruff on there. Yeah.
It's freeze-dried
Little
eggs.
Dead eggs.
I brought Kyle because Kyle is a poker player and he knows when people
Poker
are lying.
face.
You can
tells.
bluff.
I know a lot of tells. Best
Really?
one, if you want to see someone's lying, they touch their face.
Like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm lying right now.
Well, it's
I
actually
can see
the
it.
funny thing. It's actually a
I'm good.
physiological thing when you lie. You like blood goes away from your skin. It actually does make you a little bit like itchy. That's kind of why the instinct to touch your face.
Oh.
And you want to do something because you know you're lying. And so
What if it
that's
made you
allowed
like
people-
furiously masturbate?
Right.
Just
Been
start
there.
tugging
Been
your dick off.
there. Let's just say
You
I
lie a
lie
lot?
a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a pervert. I'm
I'm
lying.
a big
I'm a
time
liar.
liar. I just don't ever want to be on the East Coast
Oh, it's
for
so
any
great.
reason. Like every time my wife's like, "I want to move to New York. I can get better jobs there." I'm like, "Have fun," because I'm not going.
Dude, it's the greatest.
What does she do?
She's a writer, like a journalist.
Interesting. For
So
what?
She works for E out here because the only journalist jobs out here are
I was just about to
entertainment.
say that is an amazing setup for
Yeah.
She's a journalist. What does she work for? Logan Paul. She's documenting him.
She's an investigative reporter. She's on Team 10, you know? Okay, good. Works for E. Yeah, she's looking into the Miley-Liam breakup right now.
Trying to break
is that
it down.
the big couple that broke up?
I think so.
I
I just had to
watched
write jokes
nothing.
about it on David Spade. Well, Miley's a crazy whore. I said that on Comedy Central. They cut it out.
Why?
Well, because
she would be excited to hear that.
she took a vow to like destroy the Disney Channel or something. She's gone so crazy.
They
If you
are a
watch her-
gateway drug.
If
to
you
Disney
watch her
Channel.
videos now, she's just humping the street. She's twerking.
Yeah.
And it's real. She's licking her own arm. It's out of control. I don't even know if it's
What
sexy.
if she tastes good? You don't
yeah,
know.
I don't know if it's sexy or an autoimmune disease.
She sweats acid.
I don't know what the problem
She
is.
sweats LSD and she's trying to
Something's
get
wrong.
it
I'm like, is she have MS? Why does she keep, what's wrong? Can she not stand up? But yeah, she's just,
I don't
she's
follow.
like, something's wrong there.
It's always been wrong. She was
Yeah.
a child star whose father was the shittiest country music singer of all time.
Yeah, he really revived his career with that Old Town Road, huh? He hopped on that.
Bro,
He's
yeah,
smart.
totally
Smart guy.
Great business sense.
Yeah, he really.
What was that awful song?
Achy breaky heart.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'll achy break your face. I can't.
They loved it in Kansas.
Of course.
Every sports game for 10 years. It was just.
They liked it on Long Island too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because Long Island tries to adopt Southern culture.
That's
Because
weird.
Long Island doesn't have any
They
culture.
want the racism.
Yeah, so they got it. They're like,
It's
well,
there.
we're white and racist, so why don't we?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
start doing like Connecticut will do it too. They start like, there's
Yeah.
a few country western bars, and it's just like
That's hilarious.
But they're not like those bougie Boston educated racists, right?
No.
Because no one likes them.
No. Long
Who's
Island
the
is.
bougie, educated racist?
All of Boston.
Oh,
Yeah.
The whole.
There's
okay.
there's like 9 colleges that people consider,
Yeah.
like good colleges, and everyone who goes there is just a racist cunt.
Well, it's also Boston's got that type of paternalistic racism where they act like black people are their pets and they want to help them.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
they're like, well, we want the best for them, and we just think that if we did this, I mean, there's, this is a really good program, which
Yeah.
is, teaching, black people about
Life.
Greek yogurt
Oh.
and probiotics because it's
They don't have that in their culture.
They don't have it, and it's
Yeah.
very good for gut health.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, this is very patronizing.
Yeah,
This
see,
feels very patronizing.
You're talking down to them, to me.
You know,
which is-
right? Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the open mics with him and Brody, and
love that you wore his shirt.
and to watch
a young Brody.
and by the way, a young Steve.
Steve.
Does he know?
yeah.
Did he go by Steve then?
That's how I've always known him. I always know. I still called him Steve. I've told you the story about when he changed his name.
Please,
right?
No,
It's
please
I've never
tell
told you the
us.
story? Okay. So he got off stage after bombing at an open mic, like only Brody can bomb.
What was it like?
So what year is this?
Yeah, what year is it? What's his material? What's his look?
Shit. So I guess it's probably 95, 96 feels about right.
Okay.
And 95, because 96 he and I both left. So maybe 94. So first of all, he would just go up with jokes, and the jokes were never
real jokes, like
Jokey
joke
jokes?
jokes. Yeah, not like the
Not the
non-jokes we
statements.
knew him to tell, right?
Did he have his
Not-
cadence then?
Kind of.
Okay.
But he was scared of his cadence, and he was scared of that person. But I remember the first time I saw him snap on stage.
Yes.
And I had never seen him get laughs like this before. And he snapped, and he was like, "Listen, people, do you know how hard it is as a single man? I've had anxiety all day. Do you know how hard it is as a single man to shave your own back?" And then he goes, "I've got trouble spots." And he lifted up his back. And sure enough, there were 4 spots that were overgrown because he just couldn't get to them, right? So as comics, we're fucking dying, right? Dying. But the crowd was like, "What are we looking at?"
He was a maniac on stage.
He started talking about, you probably heard him talk about shaving his back.
Of course.
So that's when he started to bring in the shaving his back. And so there was one time, I told you when he brought that homeless clown on stage. That
Please
was
tell,
yeah, because the
these
Comedy Store
stories-
podcast, we didn't know that.
Okay.
We didn't.
And then also, they don't seem real. These stories.
okay. So Well, how he changed the day he changed his name, he bombed only the way Brody could, and he.
Do you remember any of those first generation Brody jokes?
I don't.
That's a
remember
terrific.
the jokes. I barely remember my own. You know what I mean?
I get
but
it.
they were similar to what they were. Not too far from just the facts.
Just off a little bit.
Just off a little bit.
And I'm imagining
Trying
his
to punch
look.
it more.
Was he more
Oh, he had
like
such good hair.
Yeah.
Good
And
hair.
like I'm imagining him for whatever reason, like wearing Gap clothes
Little
with a
prepper.
shirt,
Yep.
preppier,
Tucked in. Yep.
I remember him coming here and trying to showcase early 90s.
Not good hair, shirt tucked in, and he got off stage one night after just eating shit, and he was like, "Steve Brody isn't funny," and I go, "You're funny, man." He goes, "No, yeah." He goes, "You know who's funny?" I go, "Who?" And he said, "Brody Stevens." I said, "Who's that?" And he said, "You'll see tomorrow."
Oh.
Wow. And he came down as the guy you know.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's like one of my whatever. But
Yeah,
I
he was-
love that you
I called home about Freddie Soto. Yeah.
Did you work with him a lot? Like different
Factory. We worked a lot.
Yeah,
Factory,
he was a big factory
guy. He was there all the time. And then one night I did what's the name of the club? The Pasadena Ice House.
Ice House.
I did Ice House, and I think Jeff Garcia was there, and he was killing.
You gotta put the glove on your
And then
house.
Freddie came in, and the whole club knew him. And I thought, oh, he's not like a secret. I thought I was like discovering.
Ah.
And then I would see how the response he got at the
Because
factory.
he started in like 90.
I would see the response he got at the store, and I'm like, oh, so he's famous here. Okay,
Just nowhere else.
I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought that since New Yorkers didn't know him, like I was discovering this guy, but I was like, oh, they know him out here. Okay.
Yeah. He just went from El Paso to
Yeah,
LA because
but
he's too lazy to go to New York.
First guy I called home about. First guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. So now you're working here, you're doing all your stuff here, living on Butch Bradley's.
Yeah.
What's your first break other than getting into three
Well,
of the best
Eleanor, I
clubs?
believe that your whole career is a succession of big breaks.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Getting past at a comedy club is a huge break when you're not, you know what I'm saying? So that's a big,
I agree.
I don't minimize how that break. That was a huge break.
I agree. And all three in one
Right.
week?
Montreal, huge
You're like
break.
a unicorn.
Yeah. Montreal, huge break. From Montreal, I got an agent, huge break. My
Yeah.
agent started sending me on the road, huge break.
Yeah. I love that. Everything.
It's all huge. One huge break is the
You're
setup
right.
for a huge break is the fuse
Yeah.
that lights the next big boom.
Got it.
You know
It
what I mean?
keeps it going.
Yeah.
It
So when
keeps
that
the light going.
that big break is the fuse, then it lights something, boom, and that's a big break.
Yeah.
Which blows this up, which is another big break.
Yeah.
It's all, and you can't minimalize one because they all help the other.
Yeah.
So, big break TV, big break stand up, big
well,
break.
yeah, you have the TV show that I thought was great. And
It
I
was-
didn't understand.
Man, listen, all of the good things that have happened to me in this business may I have one of these?
Please.
All of the good things that
I
have
know.
happened to me.
The Snapple.
All of the good things that have happened to me in this business have happened from me being on stage.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on stage as much as I am. People look at, oh, you did a movie, you did TV shows, you executive produced a TV show. Why are you still calling spots in? Because every good thing that's ever happened to me in this business has happened from me being on stage.
Yes.
I firmly 100% believe that.
I couldn't agree more.
So I'm at the Laugh Factory one night,
Mm-hmm.
and I just do a random Thursday, Tuesday, whatever night it was, and one of the waitresses comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, this lady's in the room and she wants to meet you." And I go over. I think it was as a matter of fact, I think it was. I don't want to like say a
the
name that it
wrong
wasn't,
name, yeah.
but I think I knew who the comic was who said who she was, but I'm not going to say that because I might be wrong.
Okay.
But I go to meet the lady, and she's a casting director.
Okay.
Who just happened to be at a comedy club one night.
Yeah.
And she says, "Hey, are you going out for stuff? Are you reading with things?" And I had just got my agent. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going out. They sending me out for some stuff, here and there." And she says, "Well, Will Smith is executive producing a TV show, a sitcom, based loosely on his life.
Yeah.
The divorced guy with the new wife, still going through it with the old wife, trying to do the blended family thing. And I think you would be perfect for this character." And I say, I would love to read.
Yeah.
Will Smith is doing a TV show. Hell yeah, I'd love to read for it.
Yeah, that's Will
And
Smith.
she sends the audition to my people, and I swear to you, as sure as I'm looking you in your face, I thought, my dumbass thought, you know what? It'd be cool just to meet Will Smith, because the likelihood of you getting a sitcom is fucking hitting the lotto.
Yeah. The odds are the same.
Right. So I'm like, well.
Oh, shit. Mitts.
The ghost is in the
Brett.
room.
Bretto, it fell.
The light fell off the wall.